This is another New Black World Order TV Productions. Chopper. What's happening? We got Brother William Muhammad back with us today. This is part 2, family, to the question that the New Black World Order put forth to the Nation of Islam. What is the meaning of F.O.I? Now, the last time you was here, you were getting it in, but, you know, we wanted to break that video down into 2 sections so they could digest what you put to them the first time, to come back and give them the fulfillment of the definition. What is the meaning of the F.O.I, Brother William Muhammad? Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. So, like always, we're giving praise to the Most High. Always giving praise to those who came before us. Always giving praise to those who led the path before we got here. Now, the meaning of the F.O.I is a very broad subject. However, there are a few things that I want to point out, because in order for us to get better, we got to do better. They say if you know better, you'll do better. So we might well go ahead and begin to start with the first one, and that is yourself. Meaning of the F.O.I, there's a book that's entitled The Meaning of the F.O.I, but we want to take the meaning from the pages and apply it to self, because that's the only way we are going to do better. Now, one more important thing that we have as far as understanding the meaning of the F.O.I is the definition of what an F.O.I is. We know that it's the fruit of Islam. We got that. We know that the fruit is the best part of the tree. We know that.
Right.
However, what comes from the tree is that which is being produced, which is the fruit. Right. However, we want to mention a couple things. One thing is the meaning of the F.O.I say that we are tolerant. What are we tolerant of? We're tolerant of one another. You know, there's a passage in the Bible which talks about when Jesus explained if someone were to smack one side of your cheek, you're supposed to turn the other and let them smack the other one. Well, brothers and sisters, that does not mean if somebody hit you with an overhand right that you turn your cheek and let them hit you with the other one. Because if I hit you with this haymaker right here, you're not going to turn around and face nothing. So let's go ahead and let's move away from the similes, the metaphors, and the parables. All of us, as I said earlier, by God's permission, are doing something. All of us have flaws. All of us, some of them are called vices, but all of us are doing something. And one thing that I learned that we don't have for one another is we don't have that principle about when one smacks the other cheek, turn the other cheek. What that means actually is if an individual offends you in any way, you got to remember the condition our people in. We are not all the way 100. And none of us, I don't care who you think you're, who you say you are, you do not meet the definition of what an F.O.I is 100%, because we aren't tolerant of one another. Because, listen here, if we were tolerant of one another, we wouldn't continually to find fault in one another. While you're looking at my vices or my fault, your job is to go in and we are redeemers. So you're supposed to be able to have a knowledge of self to understand that all of us are sick in some type of way. Our job is to go out to seek and to find that which was lost, including yourself. So one meaning of the F.O.I is having love for your brother and sister regardless. You could have been in the knowledge of self or the nation or Christian, whatever you want to call yourself, for many, many years. Isn't that the reason you go and you pray every night? You asking God or the Almighty or the Creator to forgive you of your sins? Isn't that the reason why you go and you ask Allah to forgive you? Surely I've been turned upright to He who originated the heavens and earth. How are you being turned? And who turned you and why are you turned?
And surely I have been unjust to myself.
Unjust to myself, not to you.
And I confess.
And I confess my fault. So let's go ahead and get to that part.
Confession.
Let's go ahead and get to confession. This is Brother William. I myself have been in that same boat. I myself have had great titles. I myself have been over hundreds of men. And I too have took that power, if you will, and abused it, because at the time, you know, having never had anything,
right,
finally getting something,
because you had in the nation you had authority over,
yes, sir,
a group of soldiers,
having to train the men. But likewise, my spiritual capacity or my spiritual maturity wasn't at the level where it should have been. But only through my flaws, only through my downfall.
That you can see your strength.
That I can actually see mine and I can see my flaws in. So in learning that, one meaning of the F.O.I is being tolerant. I have to be tolerant of myself and learning that I'm not perfect. So therefore, in seeing my imperfections, I see your imperfections and know you don't know everything. When Jesus was asked about the final days, or when the Father's finally coming, or when this world ends, Jesus replied, no one knows that except for the Father. So if no one knows that except for the Father, how the hell do you think you know it all?
Right.
So let's drop all titles, let's drop all of these metaphors, these big I's and little U's, and let's go out and get our people. And you wonder why our synagogues, you wonder why our mosques, you wonder why our churches aren't filled to capacity. Because when you look around the city, as we are out in this rain and in this cold, we are going out and we are giving the knowledge of our people. You know, even my cousin, King Shah, we don't agree to everything, and some of us get upset.
Right.
King Shah made a statement to me one time, and he made a statement and we proved it. He says that he's an atheist. The whole planet, you what?
Right.
You don't believe there is no God? They called a man everything but a child of God.
They slander me.
And they slander him, but here's the key. This is what he said. He said, if there is a God, prove it. Prove it. So here's your response, and we're going to get to that. Well, you can't see the wind, but the wind is there. So you're saying because you can't see that. Why? Because you say God is only a spirit. I beg to differ with that.
Right.
I beg to differ because you don't see the
I'm
wind.
questioning that mystery God.
Absolutely.
Right.
And if you don't see the wind, but you can see the effects of the wind, all one's actually is to prove that there is a God.
Right.
That's a very valid question.
Bring up velocity.
Bring it.
Bring up wind patterns.
Absolutely.
These are some of the evidence that prove that wind exists.
Absolutely.
Now, all I'm saying is, if it is a mystery God,
yes, sir.
If God is a mysterious spirit, prove it to me.
Absolutely.
And I bet you I can prove to you that God, if he exists, is a man.
See what I'm saying?
With flaws. With flaws.
No, sir, we don't.
What up, homie? What you doing? They closed today. But you want to sit in and listen to this? You know we be putting that knowledge down. Now go ahead, finish talking about how they slander me and what's my objective.
Now, dependable. F.O.I, the meaning of it. One thing it says, one of our attributes, it said that we are dependable. When you are dependable, that means that you are responsible. And we are responsible for one another. We are responsible for the upliftment of one another's spirit. We are responsible for one another's well-being. However, if we have the true knowledge of self, as we say as the F.O.I, and we have the true knowledge of God, then we should be able to take that knowledge of God that we have, and it should be an overnight resurrection.
And therefore bearing the evidence that God will exist.
Absolutely. Now, we talk about what others are doing. However, we can't talk about what others are doing and you are not doing it. We can't talk about what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is doing, you are not doing it.
Right. Some people try to use elders' work as examples of their work.
Absolutely.
What do you say about that, Brother Wim?
Well, I say this here. If the elders are the tree, let's just say whomever your leader is, it doesn't matter who he is. If he is the example of what God is here to be the example to us, then you should be that fruit. You should be that by which they are saying coming into existence.
And a fruit possesses a seed.
A fruit possesses a seed.
That can reproduce the tree.
That can reproduce, absolutely. However, what are we doing?
Right.
What are we doing when we go into our churches or we go into our religious organization? You should never go into the organization coming out the same way you went in. It's all right to go in and get spiritual. It's all right to go in and get the Holy Ghost. It's all right to come in and get all of that. But when you leave, you've got to be filled with such a zeal that when you go and you speak to the people, they automatically want to come around you. We have to stop this selfishness. We got to stop this looking at one another and think that we are greater because of our titles or because of our posts, because your post is only temporary.
Right.
You are only temporary, but what you bring into existence is everlasting. So, fruit of Islam. Islam is not a religion. Islam is a way of life. it means peace. The Holy Quran, Al-Kitab, and Surah 5 says that you can use Islam as a religion.
You
Didn't
can.
say it was.
Right.
Why does it say you can use it as a religion? Because of the principles and morals that are set forth. If you walk in those standards, then you would be a walking example of what God said that He is. So we have to, let's first start off looking at one another as brothers. Let us be brothers first, because I remember...
Hold on, wait a minute, hold on.
Yes, sir.
Let's be F.O.I. first?
We must be brothers first.
Hold on, let's be God first?
No, sir. We must be brothers first.
Let's be Muslim first?
No, sir.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let's be Christian first?
No, sir.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, let us be what first?
Brothers first. And what does that mean? You know, we say that we are brotherhood. You know, a hood, this here.
It's a covering.
It's a covering of the head.
To protect one from the elements.
From the elements. We can have a coat, but that coat is only covering for the body. But once we put the hood on, then that means we are protected all the way around.
By the what? Brotherhood.
By the elements.
By the brotherhood.
By
too.
the brotherhood.
From the elements, right, that could make us cold, rainy,
wet.
Right.
Absolutely. So when we say that we have a brotherhood, come here, brother. Come here for a minute. Come here. Come here for a minute. See this here, when we give each other the love, that means that we have a hood, we have a covering. That means that, brother, we cover one another fault, but we constantly look to expose them, and then we do things like remove them, while at the same time, your time comes. But when your time comes, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that this is the day of manifest defects. Let me say it again. A manifest defect. So whatever you're doing something, it's going to be exposed. Now when you get exposed, you want to run away, or we don't see you again for 4 or 5 years. Or when you come in and you're walking around with your head down. All of us is doing something, so it's designed to make you better.
Right.
This brother here, I don't know him from Adam and Eve. But we won't go and we won't get him. We won't go into the streets and we won't give him the knowledge of self. We won't walk around and find him. Why? Because we are afraid of these. We look at our homeless now and we say to our homeless that they aren't worthy. We look at our homeless and say because they're drinking or because they're outside. Well, what about you when it comes time to house our people? I'm just keeping it 100. It's the churches that's doing that. When it comes down to feeding our people, it's the churches that's doing that. Why aren't we out? You going to bring me in and you going to give me a $5 meal and put me back out in the street? That's not going to help me. So therefore, when you're looking for someone and we say that we are Muslims, we say that we are the original God, but yet and still we have nowhere for brothers like this to go. We got to stop that. We give all this money to whomever we give it to, but what happens to it? We don't use that money for brothers like this. We don't use that money to grab brothers like this and put them into the fold. I am his covering. I am my brother's keeper. Keeper of what? You can't keep nothing if you ain't got nothing.
Say that again.
You can't keep nothing if you ain't got nothing. So it's brothers like these are the lost. And some of us with this knowledge are lost too. So we have to go and get these.
Right.
We have to go and get brothers and sisters like this. But you have to be right yourself. Right. So let's drop all these titles. Let's drop all this big eyes and little U's because you go and you meet with Reverend so-and-so. Your titles don't make you a man of God. It's your work. So this brother right here, meaning of the F.O.I, is to seek and to save that which is lost. It is the military training given to those who belong to Islam in America. The military training implies what? The book said it implies maneuvers. It implies going behind enemy lines, setting up a beachhead. Well, what's the enemy? You don't know the enemy, then how you gonna go behind any beachhead? Ain't no beaches around here. That's allegory. Wherever there's beach, there's water. That's right. Wherever there's water, the scriptures allegorical say water represents wisdom. So you got to have the wisdom to see through all of this. You got to have the wisdom to see behind the drunkard. You got the dope fiend or the homeless. I don't see how many of you going out here resurrect early in the morning, cold as hell out here.
I know I do, don't I, man?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you do.
So now I just made another friend.
Yes,
so you learned a lot from me, didn't you?
Absolutely.
Let's go. Yes, I have. And this man right here, I learned a lot from him.
See?
You know what I'm saying? From just seeking knowledge, everything else. And I do come just to see him. If I see him, then I break my neck to come listen to him.
Yeah.
I actually breaks my guys next to this gonna see what he got to say. This right here now and there. I stopped right here as soon as I saw him.
Thank you, brother.
And I do this all the time, recollecting him now.
And don't I even give you schoolwork to go do?
Oh, yes, and I got homework to do too.
Prime numbers,
Listen,
composite numbers.
See?
And you know what? This brother done taught me the numbers of like 135, and you switch everything back. We all got knowledge within ourselves, and it's right there in our face that we don't
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
This brother taught me a whole bunch of you know what? And it's right there, but I guess we fail to realize it within ourselves. Like you said, where it's water, it's wisdom.
That's right.
It's things just like that, you know, where we need to take some time to really,
Yes, sir.
and we really listen to one another.
Now,
When we gonna do it?
Now, let me say this before we close. We got a little time left, and thank you, brother.
Thank you.
My cousin King Shaw, that's my blood cousin. We are about to change this. Don't care what your nationality, what your religious preference is. We don't care about that.
We don't care if you Hebrew, Israelite, Moor.
What we about to do is we about to get a building. We're about to get an establishment, and what we're going to do, we're going to do what the book say we do. We are the shepherd, and we're going out and we're looking for our flock.
Just go.
And what we're going to do, we're going to show them brotherly love. We're going to show them that, look, of course there's law. You can't go do what you want to do. However, remember there was a time when you knew not. Remember, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said when Master Faraj Muhammad found him, that he was so deep in the mud, the only thing you could see was his eyeballs. That means that he was laying on his back. That means that he was laying on his back. He was a dead man.
Right.
But we forget that. You get a few general orders, you get to learn a few prayers, and now you forget that you still got mud
Get you a haircut.
Get you a haircut.
With a fresh bow tie.
And we don't do that. That's
and
fine.
you forget to go back and pick up that which was lost.
Absolutely.
Where you was lost at.
Absolutely.
There was some other people lost where you was lost
Y'all
at.
some powerful brothers right here.
See, so
I
this
hope
is
y'all
what
spread
we do.
it.
So all of those who are out, all of those who have no means by which to do anything, we coming for you. And for those who are watching this video here, we appreciate it. Give us a call, man. Give us a call, because we're here in Richmond, Virginia, and we're going to be traveling. Matter of fact, real brief, I just found out that my cousin Lawrence has been nominated for quite a few awards. We're going up to New York. Am I telling the truth, brother?
Yeah, we're going up there.
And tell them what you've been nominated for, brother.
Well, I'm being nominated for the work that I do in Richmond, and hopefully I'll get voted to win the award.
See?
Right?
See?
If some people think that I need to win the award, then vote for me, right?
Now listen at that. How many of you are doing that? How many of you have been voted for anything? I'm out here every morning with my cousin. It's cold. Look, it's brick cold out here. However, we see the Jehovah's Witness, they out here. And they are doing something. Don't talk about them, because at least they are out here. At least they are visible. So what we need to do is get from out of them shelters we in the morning. Get from behind them little desks we are in the morning.
And that laptop computer.
People.
Right.
Because your mouth can say one thing, but I'm not going nowhere on one day a week on a Sunday to hear you, and then I don't see you no more the next Sunday until you need me to fill up your pews.
And your actions speak so much better.
We're not going to do that. So, brother, we thank you for coming out. We thank you for just stopping by. I know it's cold, but we appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it, too.
Yes, sir.
You know what I do? I thank him so much.
New World Black Order.
That's
now,
right.
Now, we're gonna
New Black World Order TV,
Black World Order.
right? And soon as you can get a chance where he can watch, because I be telling him to watch the videos and stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
But he hasn't got a chance to watch them. But I also share my knowledge with him. I done dropped some heavy science on this brother right here.
And one more question. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad once said that if you can prove anything that he's saying is a lie, he would give you $10,000 out of his brother's vest.
Hold on, say that again.
If you can prove anything that he says wrong, he would give you $10,000 out of his brother's vest pocket.
So look, Elijah Muhammad wasn't running from debates?
No, sir.
I mean, he wanted to pay you 10 racks?
That's right. Here's another brother. Come here, Soul. Here for a minute, brother. What's your name, big brother? Toy, look here. Here's another one. Here's another one.
I've been talking.
Don't know him from Adam and Eve. Now, when you can go out, look, that's two. That's two, brother. Now, what we have done already in a matter of seconds, we have reproduced ourselves twofold. Now, imagine if we got 20, brother. That's 40 individuals. According to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that's a mosque. A real mosque. So this is what these are soldiers, man. These ain't no lightweight punks out here, man. These are soldiers willing to die for what they believe. So understand that this is what we're going to do. The minister said he got an army inside and he has one outside. I give my word in my life. I'm going to be that one on the outside, bringing them on the inside. Yes. But we're not bringing them to no garbage and no fool or no self-righteousness. Right. We're not going to do that because these brothers ain't going to put up for it. That's so right. Understand, this is what we're doing. The next time you see us out here, don't be surprised if we got 20 brothers giving praise to the Most High. Don't forget that. And thank you, brother, for coming. We appreciate you. I know it's cold out here. Yeah, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah. Bro, I know how I be out here teaching too, don't it, bro?
You stay teaching. Now, here's the last question. The brother asked the question, prove there's a God. That's all he asked. You can't prove there's a God. You should be able to prove. You can prove you got 5
You should be able to do it in no
limit of time.
Right?
How you going to do it? Allah, Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that Allah created a person, a master Farad Muhammad. Prove it.
All I'm saying is prove
it.
Now, now that we know that Elijah Muhammad would give you 10 racks just to critique his teaching.
That's a nice ride.
Okay, let's talk about these 2 other statements.
Yes, sir.
If a man don't want you to ask questions, what do he intend to make you?
Listen to that, brother. He intend to make you a slave or a tool. He also intend to make you ignorant. We're not going to do that.
What is the dumbest question?
The one never asked.
So asking questions makes you smart?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And if a man allows you to question him, he intends to teach you?
If a man asks you a question, then you should be able to have if the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said he's willing to do this and stand on that square, you should too. Now, my question is back to you. I ain't going to ask nothing heavy. My question is, if you believe that, if you believe that God is the all-omnipotent one, if you believe that the Supreme Being is the one that put you here as whatever your title, minister, pastor, whatever you want to call it, if you believe that, then you should be able to come out to our people and you should be able to resurrect them up. Jesus ain't had no problem with it. Matter of fact, in closing, the disciples were having a beat. They came to Jesus. Listen at this. These are the ones walking with the God every day. They were having a beef about who was the greatest. What? Jesus gave them 2 answers. Jesus looked at the little girl, told her, come here. Unless you come like this one.
As a child.
As a child. Meaning, don't come with your titles, who you profess. I don't want to hear that, because in God's kingdom, all that don't matter. Secondly, they had a beef because someone in another land, this is John, was in another land doing the same thing Jesus was doing. So they questioned him, who is he to be doing the things that you are doing? They set out to stop him. Jesus said, what are you doing?
Wait a minute, who set out to stop him?
The disciples they set out to stop him.
So you can have 2 different groups of people following the same man.
Yes, sir.
Trying to oppose one another.
And Jesus said, wait.
Does this sound familiar?
He says, whoever's with us is not against us. Now my question is this here. How can Jesus, being the Son of God, if he's the only one with this knowledge, how in the world is someone on another country doing the same thing he's doing? How? Where did he get that knowledge from? Who taught him? And who can be doing something anywhere close to what Jesus Christ was doing? Go back and read your passage. And the next thing we're going to do, we're going to begin to explore passages of the Bible. This is not to tell out, but this is to make you think. We're going to begin to understand who were the Egyptians in the Bible. Were they really Hebrew Israelites? What are the statues of the Hebrew Israelites? Were they the true children of God, and why? We're going to answer these questions. Use the scripture, not from what your mouth say.
Here's another question, Brother William.
Yes, sir.
If you don't know what you know, do you really know it?
No, sir, of course. Absolutely.
So these questions will help us to begin to really know.
That's right.
If we really know what we know. Now, if nobody ever questioned or you never asked that question, then you're going to continue to be dumb, thinking that you know what you really, at the end of the day, don't know.
Absolutely. I'm going to give you one example, and I'm going to close on this. Brother Dennis of the Nation of Islam, believes the captain now of Columbus, Ohio. Congratulations. The brother formed the organization. They had on all the orange, and he said, we are present for peace. The brother went out and got an organization started, and now he has chapters nearly all around the United States. Didn't do this through the Nation of Islam, didn't do this through the Catholic Church, didn't do this through the Hebrew Israelite, didn't do this through the 5% Nation. He done it on his own because he had a love to see our people in a better condition than what they are. Brother Dennis, congratulations. That brother went out, and now he has an organization all around. We are present for peace, and it started just like this. So we are going to try to replicate that same thing. So every day we're going to be out here, and we're going to give this knowledge, making these videos up. And we, like brother said, we're going to get us a building. We're going to begin to teach the people, not necessarily all the intricacies about God, but we're going to teach you first how to first be brother, how to truly love me, man. So when I'm in error, instead of point my faults out and beat me up and put me all out on the street, first thing we're going to do is try to find out how we can help. Because all of us are doing something. That's the true meaning of the F.O.I. Because the F.O.I. is love. Ministers Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, make all boys and men join the F.O.I. Why did he say make them? What is it about this organization that they must be made to do? Didn't say promise.
Because they're easily led in the wrong direction.
Absolutely.
Hard to lead in the right.
So we have to get out here now. You don't have to be in a suit, brother. You don't have to be in a $500 money. You don't have to be in a $100 bow tie.
But ain't nothing wrong with that if you want that.
Not.
We ain't hating on the flash, baby.
No, we not. Because I got a nice suit and tie in there.
You sure do.
For real. But look, we have to be just like Master Farad Muhammad was. We have to go among the people as they are.
Right.
Not we don't say go in there now with your hat turned.
Isn't that what the Apostle Paul said?
Absolutely.
When I'm among the Jew, I act as a Jew.
That's right.
When I'm among the weak,
that's right.
I act as the weak.
Yes, sir.
That I may win a conversation with them.
Absolutely.
That may turn them into a better
person. Go ahead,
person.
brother. Teach, brother. So what we're going to do is we're going to our people. We're going to get our people, and we're going to get them just like we are, and we're going to see the results. Because when you really got God, when you have the Creator within you, it's going to emanate. And you don't have to put on no front. You don't have to get no fancy talk. Just be straight. And we're going to show what an F.O.I. Would you like to be an F.O.I., brother? Would you like to be an F.O.I., brother? How about that?
Say that again. Would you like to be an F.O.I.?
How about you? Would you like? How about that? We've been out here 10 minutes. True already. See what I'm saying? So I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank the Creator. I'd like to thank my cousin. You know, of course, I call him Supreme Minister.
When did you start this?
Well, we're going to start it. You started it just now. You just started your journey just now. And when we finish with this video, we're going to show you how. You just started your journey right now by acknowledging that there's something greater than the condition that you are in now. We can all do better. And we're not here to find fault in you. We're not here to talk about fault, because I got faults too. What we're going to do is get past the fault. We're going to dig down, you know, that we have something to say that the God didn't settle on the worst part of the planet Earth. Said he settled on the best part of the planet Earth. He didn't care about the poor part. So in other words, the best part of the planet Earth, allegory.
Right. The best part of you, sir.
The best part
is what we gonna focus
on. Go
on.
ahead. Of what we're seeing now. We don't care nothing about the poor part. Like I said, bro, if you a man, some woman walk by and she built thick like that, I don't care who y'all, I'ma be. Oh, but look, I'm just being,
and I can recognize the king in you, whether you dress down.
That's right.
Or dressed up.
That's right.
Right? Because once you start learning the knowledge of yourself and start teaching it, you will find that people will talk about you when you was doing bad, and they'll talk about you when you're doing good.
Yes, they will.
Those are the type of niggas that we don't need.
We don't need that. So we ain't gonna focus on what you're doing wrong. We're gonna focus on what you can do right, and by doing right, you're gonna omit the wrong automatically. So I want to thank my cousin, you know, Supreme Minister King Shah.
I'm just a human, bro.
Well, brother, we all are Supreme Ministers.
Yeah.
Because Supreme means the highest. And in order to deal with our people, you better be dealing on the highest plane. Because our people are crazy. That make you want to kill them. They get this, I don't want to hear that MF. But I'm telling you, suck this and kiss my, but that's all right. Because remember when you were smoking that coke? Yeah. Remember
Yeah.
when you was hitting that stem? Remember
Yeah.
when you had that bottle smoking 8 packs of cigarettes a day? You did the same thing.
That's
I ain't got high in 3 years. Don't make no difference, but your mind is sick.
That's right.
So what we're doing there, we're going to change all that. Meaning of the F.O.I, brother. We love our people. The fruit of Islam. It is the best. It's the military training given to the men who belong to Islam, who belong to peace in North America. Thank you for listening. I thank all of y'all. May Allah bless you.
I thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. I thank you too.
This has been another New Black World Order TV production.
And I will be
Yes, sir.
I'll be back to you.
No doubt, no doubt, King.
Knowledge is power, soldiers. Thank you guys for coming out.
No doubt, homie.
Yeah, let me get you in here. Get you a few words before we close out.
This is King Sharp, right, from Richmond, Virginia. All I want y'all to do is check out that website. That's NWOSTORENGY. And I appreciate that, King.
Yes, sir.
Chopper.
Chopper.
Yeah, yeah.